Hi everyone, happy Monday and happy early Valentine's Day because I won't get to see you before Valentine's Day and I hope that you have lots of fun. And I'm just excited to be here with you guys today. My name's Bev McCullough of Flamingo Toes and I'm excited because this is the last week in our Melody Lane sew along and I don't even know what to think about that. I feel like it's just been so fast. But it's been such a fun one. This is such a fun quilt to sew, you guys. It's really simple. Like if you've watched the previous videos, I've kind of broken down every section for you. So hopefully you're not too overwhelmed by how it goes. And I am really excited to have you guys put your quilts all together this week. So we have a very fun video today because we are going to talk about what we're supposed to talk about today, which is the assembly and the borders and the important things. However, we're also going to talk about my cute sweatshirt. And I did a little bit of shopping and I got a little present from Fat Quarter Shop and I want to show those off. And we're going to have 2 giveaways today, you guys. We're going to have 2 giveaways today. We have one giveaway for those of you who are watching live right now or live during the show. You don't have to be on right this minute, but for those of you that are watching live, we are going to have a giveaway at the end of the video, and then we're going to have another giveaway that everyone live and not live, like, okay, not dead, but later in the week if you're watching, then I will announce that. And you actually have 2 weeks to enter because our next video is not going to be for 2 weeks. So that is all very, very exciting, I think. Anyway, let's see. All right, let's see who we've got here. Let's say hi. Jeanette's here and Teresa, Judy's here. She says it's sunny in Vermont. It's very sunny and very lovely and cold here in Tennessee. So I'll take the cold and I'll stay inside and sit in the sun. That's my plan. Kimberly's here and she's inside too. Yay, Kimberly. Wendy's here. Jeanette. Teresa says she has all of her blocks done and she's ready to put them together. Go, Teresa. And Jeanette and Jackie and Pamela says she's halfway done with her star blocks. Good job, Pamela. That's awesome. And, oh, a bit behind, but she's catching up. There's no behind. There's no due date on this. Nobody's going to make you turn it in by a certain day. That's the beauty of being grown-ups and doing what we want. You can make it at your speed. Vicky, hi. I'm glad you're here. And Patty's here from New Mexico. And Helen is here. She made it. Yay, Helen! And a bunch of you are expecting snow, and I apologize for that. Not that I'm causing the snow, but I'm in solidarity of sadness for you. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. So, I don't know. That's fine, I guess. Whatever. Creative Mind says she's making jelly roll rugs today. That's very exciting. I love that. And let's see. Helen is here preparing for storms. We're praying for you, Sister Helen. Let's see. Oh, and Teresa says she loves the snow. Well, that's good. I'm glad you do. Marie's here from the Florida Keys. Tourist weather there. That sounds lovely. Let's all go visit Marie. And you guys like my sweatshirt? Yay. Thank you. Oh, yes. Jackie says, so glad for no due date. Amen, sister. I'll take that all day long. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so as I said just a few minutes ago, we're going to have 2 giveaways today. We're going to do those at the end. And, of course, I'll announce the winner from last week. And we're going to go over assembly. So this isn't going to be one of our, like, hour-long videos, but that's okay because we're still going to have a really good time. And stay tuned at the end because we're going to talk about what's coming up next. So very fun and exciting things are happening. And I can't wait to sew more with you guys after this. So yay! Okay, So the assembly on this quilt, let's just dive into that right now and get the work stuff out of the way, and then we'll do the play stuff. So you guys, this quilt goes together so easy. So there's no sashing between each block or between the rows. We've built the sashing in. I've built the sashing in, but you're doing it too because you're sewing it. By making the birdhouse and the star blocks a little bit smaller, we used kind of sashing around the blocks in those blocks. So there's white or background around those. And the flower chain block goes all the way to the edge. And so that kind of builds in the sashing, which is great because all we're going to have to do is sew our rows together, which is awesome. And so what you're going to do is sew 3 different types of rows together. And I've got them labeled for you on the pattern on page 6. So row A is going to be the top, top and bottom rows of the quilt. Those are going to have a birdhouse block on each end and a star block in the center. Row B is going to be the second and fourth rows, and those are not going to have any birdhouse blocks, but they're going to go flower, star, flower, star, flower. And of course, this is assuming that you're making your quilt just like mine. So if you're not, then you're going to decide where you put your blocks. And the last one is row C, and that is the center row here. And that row is star, flower, birdhouse, flower, star. And that's what gives us those Irish chains all the way through by alternating where those flower blocks end up. And then also we want the birdhouses in the corners and a birdhouse in the center. And then the stars fill in the rest. So that's how you're going to lay out your rows. Feel free to lay out your rows if if you want to change things up. You don't have to put your birdhouse color blocks in the exact same way mine are. Kind of lay it out, take a, put it on a bed if you don't have a floor space big enough, and move your blocks around and see how you like them. Change them up if you want to. It's 100% your quilt, so you can decide where you want everything. But that's my suggestions. Oh, Jackie says she loves the Melody collection. Just bought the fabric for the Riley Blake challenge and put your birdhouse in the center. Oh, I love that. What a fun idea. That's awesome, Jackie. Okay, so the beautiful thing about this is that the way I've designed the blocks, none of the seams line up between blocks. So between like the birdhouse block and the flower block, there's no seam matching. And same with the star blocks. Those seams are all in different places, so you don't have to line anything up. Once you've got your blocks assembled, you can just start jamming on sewing your rows together. And so once you sew your 5 rows together, then you're going to lay them all out and sew them together, top to bottom. So the other thing you can do is you can web chain piece these. And you saw how I did that in like doing the 9 patch, where I've basically taken one little section, sewn the top row, and then without cutting, I sew the next row and on down. You can do that with this entire quilt, with all 25 blocks that make up the center of the quilt. I recommend having your blocks sort of laid out the way you want them to go before doing that, so you know what you're grabbing and you're choosing your blocks in the right order. It does get kind of bulky when you've got them all like webbed together, because then you've got to press them all. But the advantage to that is you won't accidentally sew a row or a block upside down. You're monitoring them as you sew them together, and assuming you sew them together right the first way, then when you go to press and you just sew your rows together, it's just a matter of lining up those block seams and then pressing, if that makes sense. If you ever have questions about that, you can always email me. But I do like to sew quilts together sometimes that way, because it just gives me a little bit more control, and I feel like I'm doing more faster because I'm just web piecing the entire thing, and by the time I'm done, I've got the whole center of the quilt together, and then all I'm having to do is sew each row together. Now you will have to line up your seams when you sew your rows together, like row 1 to row 2, etc., all the way down, or A to however I have it, A, B, C, B, A. So when you sew those together, you will line up the seams between the blocks, but there are pressing instructions in there for each row so that the blocks are pressed opposite each other and they'll nest together. So they should go together really easily for you guys. So that's kind of the center of the quilt. And once you do that, then it's time for borders. So I really recommend you not go off my numbers. I mean, if they match yours and that's great, then go off my numbers. But if they don't match, one, you've not done anything wrong. If you're just, a half an inch or, an inch off or whatever, that just means that your seam allowance is slightly different than mine. And that's okay. As long as your blocks all go together, that doesn't matter. It kind of goes back to that we don't have a due date. Your quilt doesn't have to be the exact same size as mine. It's fine. So I really recommend measuring at each point before you put your border seams on. So once you get your quilt top center, which is all your blocks, pressed, then you're going to, like I said, you're going to make sure it's pressed, but then you're going to measure, and you're going to measure the height and the width of the quilt top center. And I recommend you fold your quilt top in half and measure down the middle for those measurements, because if you measure at the end, and if you guys have done sew alongs with me before, you know this little trick, and I mention it every time, but it bears mentioning because even with sewing as many quilts as I do, sometimes I forget to double check my measurements before I go to sew, cut my borders out, and then I'm like, oh, I needed an extra half an inch here, and that's not super fun. So measure your middle of the, the horizontal and the vertical. Let's just look at this quilt block and see if I can explain. And hopefully we don't have blurry issues like we did last week. If we do, bear with me. So pretend this is the entire quilt. So what I want you to do to measure your height and your width is to fold it in half. So this will give you your horizontal measurement, then fold it in half the other way, and this will give you measure here. That will give you your vertical measurement. If you measure the end, and it's not quite so noticeable here because we've only got 5 pieces of fabric sewn together. If you've got 45 or 100, depending on the size of your quilt and how many blocks you have, and if you're measuring this and you're kind of pulling end to end, it is very easy, one, to separate your seams the tiniest bit, and two, that's just going to stretch a little bit. It is the nature of the beast of having all those seams come in one spot. And so it is going to be a little bit longer than you need. And so if you're measuring instead of the edge, if you're measuring the center, that's going to give you the most accurate measurement. And then you can cut your border pieces and fit them to that measurement. And it will prevent your quilt from, at the end, doing one of those like weird things. We've all had it happen. So it's not like the end of the world. But you want your quilt to be rectangular or square or whatever it's designed to be, right? So you don't want to have that. If your border is a little bit too long, then you're more likely to have kind of a, what is that shape? It's like a weird curvy shape. We don't want that. Whatever it is, we don't want that. So that's how you get the more accurate measurements. So you're going to do that a few times, and I know it takes extra time to do it, but you're still going to do it because it's going to make your quilt a whole lot more accurate, and you'll be happier for it in the long run. So you're going to do it before you sew on the small inner border, and you're going to do it before you sew on the outer border. And we do have 2 borders here. The inner border is this small navy, and it's getting sewn right to the quilt center. Again, no sashing. And then the larger outer border. And then after that, you will quilt it and bind it and be happy because you get to snuggle under your super cute quilt. Okay, so do we have any questions about that? Anybody have any questions with the, oh, Ramona said thanks for the demonstration. She understands now. Good job, Ramona. And Jeanette says that trick of measuring for the borders has helped her so much. Oh, yay! No wavy borders, Jeanette says. Absolutely. Let's see. Casey says, hubby just took her to lunch, just got home. She has a hot tea, her iPad is charged, puppy in hand, and was heading down for a nap and then saw the live. Aw, Casey, you're giving up a nap for me? That's very nice. I appreciate that. I'm trying to decide if I would do the same thing. I really like naps. I'm kidding. I'm glad you're here. I'm thrilled you're here. So, do you guys have questions about anything assembly-wise or anything like that? Holler at me. I promise this is one of the easier quilts to put together because there's just so few steps to it. So I think you'll find that you're really they're just going together like butter. And when you do, please share photos, whether you're sharing them on Instagram or in our Facebook group or wherever. If you're on Instagram, you can tag me at flamingotoes, and if you're in our Facebook group, you don't have to tag me because I'll see it either way, but we would love to see it and cheer you on, even if you're using Melody fabrics or you're not using Melody fabrics. Please share because we want to see it. Okay, that's all there is for the quilt, you guys. Is that exciting or what? That was 15 minutes. Our end videos are always shorter, so that's fine. We're gonna have fun and do fun things. So I want to show you my last week's RBD block challenge block. So look at this beautiful quilt behind me while I get it. Okay, that wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, so if you're new to the RBD Block Challenge, it's a very fun free sew-along that Riley Blake does every year in the spring. And so we're on block 4. Last week was block 4. Tomorrow we'll release block 5. And last week's was this very, very cute block. It's called the twirl block. And again, mine doesn't look like a rectangle, but that's because of the angle that this overhead camera is at. It kind of distorts the view just a little bit, but I promise it's square. So this is the twirl block by Fran of Cotton and Joy. It's very, very fun, and it looks simple, and it is. It's a great way to practice your half square triangles. The fun thing about this block is you use the 8 at a time method to make the half square triangles. So you can use a directional fabric, and then you don't have to worry about how you've angled your lines. You don't have to pay any attention to it because you're making all 8 at once. All you have to do is turn the half square triangles however you need them to go to get them to line up directionally. So that was why I was excited to use my cute little like flower deco print from Melody, and it just is so easy, you guys. So if you're ever wondering about that, that's an easy one. So don't be afraid to use a directional fabric on this one. I love this block. It's like a fancy Irish chain, and wouldn't it just be the most amazing quilt? Like if you did this and even a solid block or something else, maybe a heart or something really cute, and alternated them, how fun would that be? Because it's just it takes Irish chain up like a whole notch because of this little half square triangle, and it does a really cool effect if you use a couple different contrasting fabrics. So this is really fun. Free patterns, all of them, so you can download them and do whatever you like with them. You could even alternate it with one of the other blocks in the series and make a whole quilt that way. Wouldn't that be cute? I like that idea. I might do that. It would also be a really, really cute 2-color quilt. Like if you just kept your alternating block of blues or whatever color your twirl block is, and then it would be 2-color, and then you would have all those fun contrasts going. I'm just getting excited here, and I think I might just get a little bit too much on my plate to do. But that is the RBD Block Challenge block for last week, and tomorrow is another one that I'm also very, very in love with, and I think you guys will like it too. It's so cute, you guys. So that is our sew-along updates, and then let's talk about calendar stuff. Okay, so let's get the right camera here. I'm going to take next Monday off, and then the Monday after that, we're going to do all things Berry Market. We're going to have a Berry Market party. So I don't know exactly when the fabrics are shipping to stores, but they are this month. I believe they're in the warehouse. The wide backs aren't yet. Usually those are a couple weeks later. But we don't need the white backs yet anyway because we don't have the fabrics yet. So I think the fabrics are in the warehouse, which means I believe they will be shipping to stores soon, and I'm super excited about that. So next Monday we're taking off, the 17th. Then the 24th will be our next video. That's when I'll announce this week's winner as well. So the 24th will be our Berry Market video, and I'll show you all the fabrics. I'm going to sneeze. And I'm going to show you the quilts, and it's going to be super fun. And we'll talk about all the projects to make with Berry Market. And so that's going to be awesome. And then after that, our next full quilt sew along. March is kind of a crazy month for me because I have a wholesale needlework show in Franklin that I got into this year, Franklin, Tennessee. And I'm very excited about that. But that's at the beginning of March. So that's going to kind of slow things down for me a little bit video wise because there's a lot that goes into prepping for that. So our next sew along will be, let me look at that date. I want to give you the exact date. And that will start on April 7th. So write that down in your calendar. We're going to start the Berry Market quilt on April 7th. Look at this, you guys. Isn't this fun? So this quilt is the quilt I designed for Berry Market, one of the quilts I designed for Berry Market, and it looks good in a dark background or a light background. So I will have kits kitted up from Riley Blake Designs that are the light background, so the softer pink well, it's the same pink strawberry, so really the only difference is the background and then the colors of the little flowers blocks that are in between. So I will have kits from Riley Blake that are on the white background, but I will also have some kits of the dark background. That's my Dainty Daisy's Stargazer background. So if you're wanting to sew up the dark background, but it doesn't matter which you pick for the sew along. Of course, you can sew whatever you would like. You can sew with other collections as always, but I would love for you to sew with Berry Market. So you have your choices with this quilt. You can do the light or the dark, and we'll talk about the difference in the sew along, like what fabrics to use where. And this one again is just a gem of an easy quilt because it uses that lovely Irish chain. So we're going to do a couple Irish chain quilts in a row, and I'm not sad about that at all. I hope you guys aren't too. So that will be our next official quilt, and then that is the next thing. I'm sorry, Cynthia distracted me. Question: do you use those measurements for a table runner? Are we talking about for Berry Market, or are we talking about for Melody Lane? Just clarify that for me, and then I will let you know the answer. We do have instructions in the Melody Lane pattern for just the runner, and it's basically just making the row A, the top or bottom. It's the same row, turns it into a runner. It's darling. As far as Berry Market, there aren't instructions for a runner, though you could do the same thing. You could just take one of the rows and make up just one row worth of the blocks and then have a runner. So yay. And Karen's here. Yay, Karen. You guys like the dark background. Okay, yay. Well, that's awesome. I'm excited to sew that up with you. So again, beginning of April, we'll kick that off. So that is all the sew along information. Next, let's see, on Thursday, if you want to write this down, Riley Blake is having once a month they do a video with the new collections that are releasing that month. And so this Thursday, they're doing a video on Thursday. It'll be at 12:30 Mountain Time. So that's 1:30 Central Time. So you can gauge that. It's a half an hour earlier than my videos normally start. And I'm just giving you that information because the whole time zone thing completely messes up my brain. So they'll go over Berry Market in addition to all the other fabric collections releasing in February, and it's really fun, and they always do giveaways during those videos, so you want to tune in and leave comments and enter and maybe get some fun prizes from Riley Blake. So that's Thursday at Mountain Standard Time. So that'll be like a little preview in Berry Market. She'll talk about that a little bit, but I'll talk about it a lot more in depth a week from Monday, so that you guys can really get a hold on what the fabrics look like and what the prints and the scales and all that kind of stuff, and inspiration and all the fun things. So that is that. So I want to show you guys what I bought and also what Fat Quarter Shop sent me, because they're really super fun. Okay, so I did a little shopping for myself, and I don't know if you guys have seen, but Fat Quarter Shop did an exclusive rotary cutter with Olfa, and I'm obsessed, you guys. As soon as I saw that they were going to have this, I about died, and I did the little like, notify me when this is here. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is just the most darling little peachy, pinky, flamingo colored rotary cutter in the world. And I know that Olfa does like the decorative ones, but I have to have the ergonomic because that's how I roll, and haha. And so when I saw that they were doing a fancy little pink ergonomic, I had to buy it. So if you are as attached to this as I am, I put a link for you in the video description. So super cute, super fun. I love it. Then I was super excited, super all the things, because Fat Quarter Shop sent me a few little goodies, and I wanted to show you guys them. And I have these linked in today's video description as well. So I didn't know they were carrying these, but I don't know if you guys know, I'm a avid reader. And so anything that is book related, I will I will love, of course. So they've come out with these white metal quilt block bookends. And I don't know if I'm going to use them for craft book, like sewing books, or if I'm going to use them on my bookshelves for regular books that just say like, hey, I'm a crafter, I'm a sewer. But look at how cute these are. Let me get something dark so that you can see. What do I have that's dark? We'll show you. Let's see. Oh, here. I have some Dainty Daisy. Look at this. This is so cute, you guys. Look how darling this is. Isn't this the cutest thing? I'm just really obsessed with it. So it comes in white. They're metal, and I love it so much. They do say Fat Quarter Shop right there, which is fun. These are just darling. So they would be really cute against a sewing book, because you would see them really like pop against a colorful sewing book. But you could also get creative if you wanted to, and you could spray paint them to match your house, or you could even cut out some fabric and like Mod Podge it on and make them like decoratively darling if you had a favorite collection, and have like a craft day. So I thought they were just the most amazing thing, and they're really sturdy. You guys can see that I can't really bend them. I mean, you know, they're metal, so they're really sturdy, and they're so cute, and I fell in love with them. So those are linked in today's video description. They're reasonable. They're not bad at all. And I just thought they were darling. So they would be cute, like just in a display too. If you have some books that you like, maybe some classics or something like that you have, and you want to put that on an end table or something. I don't know. I just think there's a bajillion different ways you could use those, and they're so cute. So the other thing they sent me that is darling is, I don't know if you've seen, but Kimberly Jolly's the owner of Fat Quarter Shop, and so they're doing this new thing this year called Kimberly's Colors. So they've picked some of their like most recommended tools, and then they're putting together this little kit that's in the color of the year, which is this fabulous like aqua color. So what you get in this set, and again, I've linked for this in today's video, is you get the little stash and store, which is perfect for holding like your small rulers and your noodles. No, don't put any noodles in it. Let's put scissors in it and other important notions and tools that you use all the time. So you could just have that, and you stick them in there and they hold them. the alphabetties, which I feel strongly are necessary to quilting. I love alphabetties. This mini cutting mat, you guys know I love a mini cutting mat because that's what you need for all your trimming and your half square triangles and your stitch and flips and stuff. It'll save your regular mat if you have a small mat. Plus they're great for travel. And this one's two-sided. It's a really good size. It measurements 5 by 7 and it's sized at 6 by 8. But look, if I'm cutting with this and I'm using my pink rotary cutter, how could you be unhappy if you're using turquoise and pink? Like, you can't, right? Of course, quilting makes you happy anyway. And then the last thing is one of their big project bags. And this thing is huge. And so you can use these project bags just like this. It's a mesh, like a plastic mesh. Let's look at it. Sorry about the plastic noise. So these are great for like stitchy projects, or you can put quilt blocks in them. So loud. Yeah, sorry guys. Get rid of that. So you can see it's like a kind of a, I don't know what it is, some kind of a plastic mesh. So you can see through it. You can see what's in it. It can hold a ton of stuff, but you can also cross stitch on it. And so if you look at Fat Quarter Shop, they've got some really fun designs that look great on it. So because it's got the grid, you can cross stitch a really cute design on it. So these bags are great and I love them. And it's all of these great turquoisey colors. So you guys know I love anything turquoise. So that's what comes in the little kit box. And it's all the things, right? So cute. So that is she calls it the Master Set, Kimberly's Color Master Set. And you can only get that at Fat Quarter Shop. I've got it linked in the video description, so you can check that out. So it was very nice of them to send. So let's do giveaways. That's all the things I have to show you. So I think we should celebrate with a giveaway. What do you guys think? Oh, you guys like the bookends. And Jeanette asked if I've read Nightingale. I have not, but I will look that up and check that out. That's so fun. And Teresa says she has to have the ergonomic rotary cutter too. Yes. All right. So Teresa says she thinks the bookends are $16.99. They're so cute. Aren't they great? They're so, so cute. And Jeanette likes the aqua. And Melissa asked if I mentioned a date when the Berry Market pattern will be available. That will be available this week. I rewrote the Stacking Stars pattern and recolored it in Berry Market. That's available now. Berry Crumble and Berry Market the patterns will be in the store by Wednesday. So exciting times there. Yes. Linda asked if Olfa does an ergonomic aqua rotary cutter. You know, I don't know the answer to that. I have yellow and I have a royal blue, and then I've seen the pink. So if you guys know the answer to that question, I don't know the answer to that. Oh, and Lorraine says the blocks are looking awesome in Melody Lane. She's working on the challenge too. This one was easy compared to the one before. Yes, this was a fun one. It's nice to have like a little relax and then to learn new things. So it's all good. Okay, so last week's giveaway was this Darling Paparazzi collection. This is super cute, you guys. It has these little dots. So it looks like a solid when it's far away, but when you get close, you get all this dot texture. And it comes in the most amazing color palette. I mean, just everything you could possibly want. I love it. So much fun. So this is a 10-inch stacker. You get 42 pieces, just like with all the Riley Blake 10-inch stackers. And I don't know how many, like which ones are repeated. There's not 42 here, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 5. There's 40, so 2 will be repeated. I don't know what 2 they are. So that's fun. So then I also have, you guys know, I like my little mats. This is the Cute Cuts mat from Lori Holt. It's also a 5 by 8, and it is reversible green and red, which I love. And then this Darling zip bag. This is a Lori Holt zip bag. And it's so cute, you guys. It's lined. You can put your tools in it, but you could also just use it for makeup or, you know, whatever you want. You know, keep your little rulers in it, or I mean your rotary cutter for travel. I mean, there's just a bajillion ways you could use this cute bag. So our winner for last week's giveaway is Ricky Wamsat. And I don't know if that's your real name or not, Ricky, but that is the winner. She commented on last week's video. Ricky, send me an email, bev@flamingotoes.com, and I will get your prize out to you this week. So congratulations. Yay, Ricky. Okay. Oh, Lorraine says she's loving the reds and blues in Berry Market. I'm so glad. And Teresa says she loves Berry Market. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, you guys. This week, I have a brown box for you. Now, you might be like, I don't want any brown boxes. I get enough from Amazon. But I think you might want this one because this is a 12 by 9 by 6 box. And in it, so we're doing 2 giveaways. I'm going to give away one of these at the end of this video. I'll announce the winner in just a minute. And one of them I will announce in 2 weeks at our Berry Market video. So in here, this is a mystery box, meaning that I'm not going to tell you what I'm sending you, but Dorothy says her cats will love the brown box. Okay, grab the brown boxes for Dorothy. She'll take all of ours. So this is a mystery box full of fabric. So I have a lot of fabric collections that I have had to like open a fat quarter bundle and take photos, but then I don't want to sell it because I've opened it. Or if I have a collection that Riley Blake has sent me the entire collection and I've made a mini quilt out of it. So a few pieces have been cut out of it, but it's most of a fat quarter bundle. So in this box will be at least 3 pre-cuts of varying types. So it will be full of fabric too. It won't be just 3. So it's going to have at least a fat quarter bundle, at least a 10-inch stacker, and then assorted other fabrics. So that is our mystery. And you can see that this is a fairly decent size box and it will be full. I hope that you're excited about that. It won't necessarily be my collection. Some of it will be, some of it won't be, but it will be full of fabric. So hopefully this will be a fun surprise stash buster for you guys. You're welcome to, if you're one of the winners, you can show the, your results of what you get in the Facebook group. But I'm kind of excited to do this. I'm going to pack up some really fun boxes for you guys. So again, I'm going to announce one of our winners in just a minute, and then I'll announce the other winner, which is everybody that hasn't already won, is available to enter this. And so that is going to be our prize that I'll announce in 2 weeks at the Berry Market fabric video. So, oh, and I didn't tell you guys about my sweatshirt. So let me tell you about my sweatshirt. Let me do this really quick because my computer's like, all of a sudden it's decided it's time for an update during our video. So I want to show you guys my cute sweatshirt. So this is so fun. I made this up last week and I love it. So this is a tutorial I followed from Melissa of Polka Dot Chair. If you guys aren't following her already, I highly recommend it. She's amazing. She's a Riley Blake Designs fabric designer. She's a crazy good quilter. She has all kinds of great stuff on her website. So I have her tutorial linked because all I did was follow her tutorial. She has a tutorial on taking a quilt block and adding it to a sweatshirt. So she sews together a sawtooth star block. All the instructions are in that post. But I was like, I don't know if I want to sew a quilt block. Here's my general, like, what can I do different? So I grabbed my Melody fabric, my cheater fabric, and I cut out one of the stars, which that cheater fabric is repeating carpenter stars all over it. So you can do the exact same steps, but with the cheater, and you don't have to piece the block. So what I did was I made the quilt sandwich just like she recommends, and I quilted it, washed it, and then I sewed it to my sweatshirt. So I really love it. It's so fun, you guys. It was so fast. I did it, like I quilted it and then I washed it and then I sewed it on the next day because you want it like dry and crinkly and quilty looking, right? And so it's So cute. And I think it would be really cute for kids' clothes too, or even like her teens were wanting them. So, or they're not teens anymore, they're young adults, but I think this would appeal to almost anybody. So you can use a sweatshirt you have, or you can go on Amazon and find a cute sweatshirt, but they're so fun and easy. and I just love, so, and the fun thing about the Melody Cheater is there's a bajillion colors in it. So it's all the colors from the collection. So you can easily find something that will match it. It would look really cute on a dark fabric sweatshirt too, so that it stands out, but it's just really soft and fun. So, yay. All right. I'm so glad you like it. Oh, you guys are excited about the mystery box. Yay. Oh, and Free Spirit says the shirt doesn't look like a cheater. Very pretty. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. The cheater makes it so easy. So the name of the cheater, it's just the Melody Lane cheater print. I have a bunch of it. Do I have it right here? I don't have it right here. Oh, wait. No, I do. Look, I have a bolt of it. Okay, look, you guys. So this now has just turned into like a hangout video. This is what we're doing. I'm just grabbing stuff randomly. Okay, so this is how the cheater works, and it's kind of hard to see when it's like this, but then if you look at it, let's get the mystery box out of the way. So you can just find the carpenter star. So here's one here. And you can go all the way to these squares. I wanted my star to have that kind of star effect, so I cut those out. So you're kind of just going like this, and so you'll cut out a little bit more than this little star and make your quilt sandwich quilted. I just did straight lines around each of the little segments, and you know, it's really fast to do on your machine. And then, or you can just do, you know, like a grid or whatever, however you want to quilt it, do like an all over. It's your sweatshirt. And then once you wash it, then you can trim it up and make sure your lines are nice and straight, right? So, and if you get a fat quarter bundle, you have plenty of this, or you can buy like a half yard and make a couple, because there are, the star just repeats. So like here's one, and then here's another one, and here's another one. So they kind of just repeat all over the fabric. So, and you could really do this with any cheater print. Just find the cute design that you want to use and cut out a section of it. Riley Blake has so many great cheater prints right now. So you can, you know, really get creative with that and make all the cute sweatshirt things. I also think it would be darling if you have a denim jacket and you put it on the back. How cute would that be? Because we all like cute denim jacket, right? So you could even do like this small star. Okay, I'm getting creative here. So say you do the whole like this on the back of your jacket, then you could just do like, whoa, sorry, face. You could just do one of the little like 6-point stars or 8-point stars on the front, like the front pocket. How cute would that be? I think that would be so fun. So, you know, get creative. You guys might even have some cheaters in your stash at home. But we do have this in the store, and you can find it in your other favorite quilt shops. It's in stores now, so you can check that out and have fun with that one. Okay, are you guys ready? So let me do a little bit of like random selection here. And okay, so the winner of the first mystery box is Ramona Wessels. Ramona, you are the winner. Congratulations. I think it's Wessels. Yes. I'm getting a bigger monitor so that I can see what you guys are writing a little bit better, and I don't look like I'm completely going blind, but you must know I'm almost blind. So if I'm squinting at the screen, that's why. So I have a new monitor coming, but I'm very excited about that. Ramona, I hope that you we're excited about that. If you're not interested in a mystery box, feel free to say pass, and I will, oh, Free Spirit says she expects to see my denim jacket next week. Oh gosh, well, maybe not. Leslie asked about any 108. If it's a 108 cheater and you feel like it has a design that you like that would, size well on a sweatshirt, you could. I don't have any 108 cheater prints yet, but there is one coming for Berry Market, so that's exciting. Oh, Ramona's excited. Okay, Ramona, send me your address, bev@flamingotoes.com, and I will get this box out to you in the mail this week. The rest of you that didn't win, you're still in the running to win. I'll announce the winner for the other mystery box a week from Tuesday as we do our Berry Market. So don't forget to visit my blog tomorrow to see my next RBD Block Challenge block, and go visit Riley Blake on Thursday at 12:30 Mountain Time to see all the new fabrics that are coming out in February. And I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. I hope you guys had fun with the Melody Lane quilt. I hope that you guys enjoyed sewing that up. If you have questions, you can reference these videos at any point. They're going to stay available for you forever. Or you can always email me, bev@flamingotoes.com. And I hope you have a lovely week. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. You guys are all my Valentines. And I hope that everybody stays warm in all these cold, crazy weathers. So you guys have a fabulous week. I'll see you in 2 weeks for our next video. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Bye-bye.